Irish Media Network. We entertain.
I'm Arveene. You're very welcome to the Decades of Dance and Music quiz, where we test the contestants' knowledge of music history from the last 10 decades or 100 years. No one said it was going to be easy. And you're tuned to the Irish Media Network via YouTube and Facebook Live. Good evening, people. It's day 46 of my own personal lockdown. The sun has been melting us in London and turning some Londoners bright pink in the process. Shout out to all the good folk watching this evening: Ian Dunn, Vinay, Kelly, Shane, Brian, Iro, Casa de Salsa crew, and more. We love you. Also to Kay, who's having a nice glass of white and watching right now. And don't forget, if you're watching, make sure you fire in your answers. And as we go along, if you have any questions for our team tonight, like when was the last time they broke the law or license, listen to shit music, you can make them up, you can fire them in, we'll try answer them. Big shouts to Darren Daz Dalton from Get Down Edits, the winner from last round, who proceeds to the last 16. We're going to join, who's going to join him and the others tonight in tonight's stage one final round. Okay then. First up is a former thrash metaler who now lives in a quail factory, who's who's now one of Ireland's most respected artists and fashion designer, who once said that if she wasn't flying the heady skies of fashion and art, she'd love to skipper a boat and be gone fishing. Fair play to you. I was trying to think of some good fish puns, but I just kept floundering. But I guess, well, the bait is over because I don't have any. But if anyone has any good fish jokes, just fire them in too, because I'm seriously lacking. Sorry. All right, let's get back to it. This powerhouse.
We all have to do a little clap for the NHS, by the way.
We do. Oh yeah, right, go on.
You know, Clapham Island.
I forgot, man.
Yeah,
Can you hear them out there?
Oh, baby, you're here.
I'm in London, mate. Yeah,
It's
sorry.
really loud outside. How could you not hear it?
Oh my God. Can you hear them out there? Sorry. You're right, Brains. You're right. It's quite amazing, actually. Can you hear that? No.
I can hear from here. There's fireworks.
But did they clap an island as well for it?
Yeah.
The HSE,
Yeah. We did it a couple of weeks ago, but I missed it. Yeah, I don't know where I was. But yeah, no, they did. And then the people were clapping and had a big session afterwards as well. Any excuse. Really good.
Oh, well, you've done it now.
Have you been?
Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough?
Yeah.
I don't hear you clapping, Brains.
I clapped first. I did that.
Right, okay.
I was
shout
managing
the NHS. Shout out to all the NHS people, also the HSE crew in Ireland, doing sterling work and keeping things neat and tidy in the lockdown.
As well.
Keep us live.
We are live. So getting back to it. Yes. So this powerhouse who we're talking about has clouded the likes of Rita Ora, Erica Cody, Cara Delevingne, and Tara Stewart. Her amazing eye has seen her show art and fashion the world over. She has been known to use anything she gets her hands on to create her art. Condoms, cranes, and sledgehammers, you name it, she'll use it. The queen of the quail factory with a superhero name. It's Helen Steel. Helen, how are you?
Thanks. That was a mad but lovely intro. Thanks a million.
Not at all. No, Helen, how is border life in Monaghan? Are you doing any ridiculous exercise? Because I'm seeing mentalists in the park every other day doing some comical stuff, and condoms and cranes to paint. I'm assuming the condoms weren't reclaimed or recycled. Can you explain that in one word?
In one word, no. No, it's impossible. No, I used condoms, I filled them with paint, attached them to a crane, attached them to a belt, jumped, did a bungee jump, and they all basically did not work. They let the paint out. So
wow.
Not good.
That's incredible.
That's incredible. Yeah. That's incredible. Also, Helen, what's the thing you're doing with the Jack and Jill Foundation?
I think about 1,800 artists have put together 3 postcards each for the Jack and Jill Foundation, and there's loads of different artists like Googie, Macer, myself, even Bruce Springsteen and his wife have all done individual postcards of our artwork for the Jack and Jill Foundation, and it goes live tomorrow to buy. And each item is €50, but you don't know whose work you're buying. So you just buy what you like the look of. So you could end up owning a Macer piece for €50 or a Gogi piece for €50, which is kind of good.
Or could you get a condom filled with paint as well?
If you're really, really good.
That's the one I want, you know. That's the one I want. Welcome onto the show. I'm just going to close my window because it's fucking noisy out here. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Okay, Helen, welcome to the show. Next up is the most ab-fab man in London pop disco, whose husband says he chews his mouth open and ironically won't eat mushrooms unless they're juiced.
That's their magic.
Yeah, that's their magic. He's like a stylish, non-homicidal, lovely Joe Exotic with a massive injection of Prada, Kenzo, Gucci, and more cool than you can shake a white tiger at. He once had a quinceanera for his 30th birthday, which is the Mesoamerican celebration of a girl's 15th birthday as they enter womanhood. I mean, why the hell not? Where he was originally meant to be carried in on a metal princess carriage, but they couldn't fit it in the door of the venue, so it sat outside. He, she or they, I'll let Steve explain that later, was then carried into the party by a strapping young bunch of bare-chested lads in braided hair with lasers strapped to his fingers, as you do. Fabulous, mate. Fabulous. Where when he was 12, he once convinced. When he was 12, this gets better, man. This gets better. When he was 12, he once convinced a school teacher to write their Christmas play about the Spice Girls so he could star as Jerry Halliwell, and he appeared in a black PVC catsuit with loose high heels. Go on, son. I think that deserves a round of applause too. Come on, man. He's also a high energy.
NHS deserves applause. That's
He's also a high energy, super creative musician singer who's quite simply just fabulous. It's James Jimmy Wolf O'Neill. Yes, James. I've got a couple of questions for you. What's the most fabulous thing you've done since the lockdown? 2, do you take offense to being mentioned in the same sentence as Joe Exotic? And if you had stockpiled a load of bog roll, would you ever consider wearing an outfit made out of the oversupply to hide the shame? And finally, I've got a question for your husband. Do you have any strange habits with your feet?
I'm going to start with the loo roll. And I actually, in the middle of all this panic buying, we did stockpile on peach-coloured loo roll. And I've actually now got a palette of peach-coloured loo roll in my spare room. And I think I could fashion something rather fabulous out of it, to be honest with you. The most fabulous thing I have done this lockdown is... I mean, very little, to be honest. I was just thrilled to have a reason to shave my face this evening, to be honest with you. But I see even you haven't risen to the challenge. But you see, I suppose, like, I did get to do, like, a party with all my friends where we all dressed up and did drag performances for one another. And that was the absolute max crack. And we were actually up only had mushroom juice till about 9 or 11 the next morning having the chats. It was the crack.
Brilliant, man.
Last question, Joe Exotic. Listen, I'll take anything at this stage. He had some fabulous shirts, and I think if I was born into slightly different Midwestern circumstances, I very well could have been that creepy gay with the husbands with the meth addiction and the big cat.
I've no doubt. There was a question that came in from your husband. He was straight off the bat. Finally, do you have any strange habits with your feet? That came from James's husband, Brian. I'm not sure.
I mean,
what that means. So,
never dare tell.
Okay. Well, we won't kiss and tell tonight, anyway. Maybe later. Maybe later. Okay. Well, Jesus, we have some squad here already. I don't know is there enough. Is there room for more? Is there room for more? Of course we do. Next is a human who's both weird and wonderful. That classic combo. According to his Facebook page, Life Events, he started a new job at DJ in 1998. I wasn't sure if that meant as a DJ or working inside a living DJ. which could be a bit awkward. Or did he mean he started working at DJ Magazine? We'll never know. He's a techno prince or princess of good darkness, who's the head on at he, she, they, an international non-prejudicial and inclusive events collective operating at the intersection of art, fashion, and music. Basically, an open-minded techno rave for everyone. He manages techno.
You know, we're clapping, Arveene. You can clap the big words if you can't quite get them.
We could be clapping all night here, Brian. That's the only problem, you know.
Oh, it's true.
He manages techno god Maya Jane Coles, and earlier today introduced him to the joys of nugget porn. No lie. Your life won't be the same again after seeing it. Don't Google it, please. Don't Google it. It's former podium dancer and not a love child of Jimmy Nail and Gaza. He's got a degree in psychology. It's multiverse legend Steve Brains. Yay! Mr. Brains, how the hell are you? What's the greatest?
Psychology.
You got a degree in psychology? I think we're going to be messing with you. But how the hell are you? What's the greatest Sunderland record of all time? And have you ever been caught shoplifting bog rolls? And who the hell is Diana?
All right. So no, I've never shoplifted in my life because I get too anxious, and I have like a persecution complex anyway, so it'd be horrible. 2, the best Sunderland record, either Futurehead's version of Hounds of Love by Kate Bush, or Nelly the Elephant. The punk version of that is from a band from Sunderland.
No.
But why can't I think of what the Sunderland band is that did Nelly the Elephant? I just started Googling music trivia already. But yeah, that probably. Actually, Dave Stewart's is kind of from our area. So anything by the Olympics.
Oh, fab.
And then that's where it ends, culturally.
So who the hell is Diana?
So Dame Diana Dupree, you prick, is a character that I've started writing for because many a moon ago I used to write for like short film and stuff that one got shown at Sundance and shit. So like, and then I stopped to go and manage other people like Maya and Magda and things like that, and anyone beginning with M. And in lockdown I decided that I was bringing my character Dame Diana Dupree to life. So I've been buying character turbans and caftans and size 10 espadrilles with a big wicker heel, which I now know far too much about plus size women's fashion because I'm like a 200+ pound guy, and it's
amazing.
I'm definitely not passable.
Did you get the GC collection for boohoo.com? There were some fabulous negligees.
Oh, but I don't know if Diana's ready for a negligee yet.
You need to step up. There was like everything had frou on it. It was like so fab.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Get them for myself, just for lounging around the house, and you know.
I'll tell you what.
I'll send Helen and James some images of what Diana looks like, and then we can go from there.
I think I'm going to connect you guys later on some sort of tunnel of oversized love. I don't know what we're working out, lads. You know. So, but anyway, moving swiftly on. This is a music quiz, and we have been gathering you here to ask you questions about music. Before we start, I want to say a big shout out to Shane, Dan Garber, all tuning in, saying yes, Brains. Hi, Brains from Dennis M. Also, Jeffrey a Brick says hello, Steve. Got lots of people tuning in from all over the place. So
where are all these comments? Where can I look at them?
This is a secret.
I like things that mention me, isn't it?
Only we can see these because we are the music quiz gods, and
I'm not even allowed to see Helen's face.
No one's allowed to see Helen's face. No one's allowed to see Helen's face.
Very scary. Not going to go there.
Right, so I'm going to hand things over to my man on the right here. This is Owen from Irish Media Network, who's the in-house quiz wizard, quiz master, Q master, and he's going to give you a little run through on how it works for those of you who have not seen or been involved in the show before.
Cheers, Arveene. So for everybody playing at home, if you haven't played yet, the 3 contestants are going to get asked 10 questions by Arveene. I'm going to get their answers in here on WhatsApp. So as Arveene calls out a question, They're going to text their answer into me. You guys can play at home by putting your answers in the comment section on Facebook or YouTube, and Arveene will be monitoring them. So pretty simple and straightforward. 3 contestants, 10 questions. You can play along at home, and we'll call out the answers at the end.
Awesome, awesome. So, James, you ready?
I've never been more ready in my entire life. You promised me there was going to be a Spice Girls bonus round, right?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Brains, are you ready?
I'm very tired.
Oh.
I've already made excuses as to why I'm not going to win today, but if I had to lose to anyone, I'm glad it's James or Helen.
Speaking of Helen, or if that is actually Helen, Helen looks like
that is. It is.
it looks like Jerry Adams from the 90s a little bit as well there, Helen.
Yeah.
Can't see your face at all, man. It's all blurred out there.
Yeah, but we can hear her voice.
We can hear you though.
Oh, we weren't allowed to with Jerry. Someone had to
And we
voice
can see your
over him.
fabulous fringe. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Arveene has just been a hoof.
Okay, cool. So you guys are all ready. Big shout out to Alan Fitzpatrick tuning in. Also, Shane says, I saw DJ Magda in Ibiza Amnesia about 10 years ago when minimal techno was quite big. Interesting stuff she did. Okay,
She's
mate.
amazing.
She is amazing. Magda, absolute techno legend. So we've got 10 questions for you guys. I'm going to start off with the first one. And it is, who has more Billboard number ones, Aretha Franklin or Mariah Carey? Who has more Billboard number ones, Aretha Franklin or Mariah Carey?
Steve in there with the right answer straight away. As is James.
Bonus points for ridiculousness. Bad behavior, always.
Fair.
I know that.
You know
James,
what?
you shook your head there. Yes, Steve.
I binge watched Bridget and Eamon the other day, and I'd never seen it before, and it's quite
It's
funny.
so good.
I feel like I'm in it because I'm surrounded by Irish people. This is
Welcome to Club Ireland, the
That
online
show is-
digital music show.
Helen, we need to get your answer in there. Got the other two?
Yeah, I put it in.
Okay, well then, Arveene, you give me the wrong number for Helen.
Did I?
Oh.
Helen's just texted me there, so I'll
Forward it on to me.
yeah.
Oh,
gonna give-
no one's not impressed.
This is the first time this has ever happened here. Alan's going to kill me here. I'm going to send you Helen's number again here, Alan, and you can take the. Yeah, it is Helen's number.
Yeah,
Is it?
Okay.
Forward on the answer to me anyway.
Okay, I'll forward the answer to you. All right, question number 2. Question number 2. Relight My Fire was a smash hit. Take That song. Can anyone name the artist who wrote and released the song first? And an extra point for the decade. Relight My Fire was the smash hit. Take That song. Can anyone name the artists who wrote and released the song originally? And you get an extra point for the decade.
So Helen, you send your answer into me there on WhatsApp. I can see it there now.
So you get a bonus point for the decade. That's not the main point, though.
No. Bonus point for the decade. He was the artist.
James gets 1 point for the correct decade.
Well, at least there's that.
I don't know. I think fuck that.
I actually know this because I sang it at my wedding recently, but I can't, for the life of me, remember like who it was. I can hear their voice. It's like
What does it sound like, James? What does the voice sound like?
Yeah,
It's
come on,
like
give us
this
a blast.
sexy kind of like soul voice.
Oh no, I definitely put the wrong answer there.
Jeff A. Brick has answered Morrissey in the 90s.
So we got all the answers in there, Arveene.
All answers are in. Alan Fitzpatrick said Lulu in the 60s. And Shane has said Clubhouse in 1992. I don't think you're quite right there. So question number 3. Le Monaco. Le Monaco was a famous club from which decade? Is it A, the 20s, B, the 60s, or C, the 30s? And there's a bonus point if you can name the city. it was in. So Le Monaco was a famous club from which decade? The 20s, A, B, the 60s, or C, the 30s? There's a bonus point if you can name the city too.
It's a difficult enough question now, but a good story behind the answer.
Well,
Le
I
Monaco.
think I'm not going to do as well as I thought I was going to do on this.
Oh my God, Helen Steel out of nowhere with the correct answer for both.
Damn, right, okay. Le Monaco was a famous club from which decade? A, 20s, B, 60s, C, 30s. Bonus city if you can name the city too.
Yeah, so we're all in there, Arveene.
We're all in. Someone has got to win. Right, next question is the fourth question. What decade was the globally famous festival, the Love Parade, started in? And what city did it start in for a bonus point? So what decade was the globally famous festival, the Love Parade, started in? And what city did it start in for a bonus point? What decade was the globally famous festival, the Love Parade, started in? And what city did it start in for a bonus point? Fire. If you have any questions for the crew tonight, you want to know any burning desires or interesting facts about Diana, or about quinceaneras, or about condoms and art, fire them in. We'll see if we can answer them.
Or celebrity gossip.
Celebrity gossip. Nick Thomas firing an answer there. Shout outs to Nick. Shane firing in the answers there. Jimmy. It's quite the shirt you're wearing there, Jimmy. I admire the shirt from a distance there. Nice one.
Thank you very much. I figured I better effort.
You know, it's to be expected. It's to be expected.
Gentleman's time as always.
We got all the answers in there, Arveene. It's good guess though, Helen.
All in, all in. Can't wait to hear that one later. Right. Question number 5. Meeting Mr. Right, the man of my dream, the one who shows me true love, or at least it seems. Our famous lyrics to which smash hit dance song? Meeting Mr. Right, the man of my dreams, the one who shows me true love, or at least it seems. Our famous lyrics to which smash hit dance song?
Do you get bonus point for the artist?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bonus point for the artist. If you can sing it in a Russian accent, you get a bonus point too.
He, she, they can't do like casual racism.
Okay. What about an Irish?
I mean, I can. I'm Irish. Hello.
Kazakhstani. If you can sing it in Kazakhstani, you get 500 points, and the game is over.
I can't even do it. I'm trying to think what a Russian accent is, and I can't even. Meeting Mr. Right, the man. No,
that's we might take a point off for that one, James. Like, so you might want to pipe down.
All those hours spent watching Killing Eve.
Right, we'll move on. With all the answers are in, we'll move on to the next question. Who has won more Grammys? Kanye West or Taylor Swift? Who has won more Grammys, Kanye West or Taylor
This is
Swift?
tricky because I feel like Taylor Swift had one of those years when she won like 7 Grammys for like some crap album.
I don't
Taylor's
know.
watching. If Taylor's watching, I apologize for that, Taylor. I apologize for that.
Well, the one where she did her comeback album.
Did she ever go away?
Yeah.
Would she ever go away is probably what you meant.
Kind of transitioned, didn't she, from like, and then she did that "Ooh, What You Make Me Do" record thing with 19
Oh,
something.
Reputation. I actually like that song. Okay, Kanye.
I might get this wrong, but I'm going to try it.
Steve's in with his answer there. Helen and James are typing.
Jeffrey Brick, Maya Jane Coles has absolutely no faults whatsoever. Fact. She really doesn't. She's like Mary Poppins or some shit. She's like practically perfect in every way. It's like.
Are you taking bookings tonight on the show too, or...
Yeah, for 2021.
50,021.
Very reasonable.
People can go to my OnlyFans, where I can stick various things up myself for money.
It's not my Mickey.
Okay, answers are it.
Right, answers are in.
2 ears up there, you pig.
We're about to descend into madness here.
Lads, you don't want to know what we were talking about before we went on air. Holy smoke.
Well, you guys don't realize this.
Live in ways that I
recorded
can only hope to.
We recorded the whole thing and we have it as video. Right, okay, so loads of people firing in answers. Nick Thomas has got the right answer, I think. No, wrong answer. Actually, definitely a brick. Wrong answer. Nick Thomas, right answer for the Me and Mr. Right question. Dennis M, double bubble, baby. Jeffrey Brick, Kylie Minogue is not the answer. Okay, moving swiftly on. So, only one female artist had a #1 album in each of the last 6 decades. Only one female artist has had a #1 album in each of the last 6 decades. Who is she?
It's Dame Diana Dupree.
That's wrong, James.
What?
Yeah.
A #1 album in the last 6 decades.
#1 Billboard album as well.
#1 Billboard album.
In the last 6 decades.
You have to
In the
have a
last 6
50-year career.
Yep.
6 decades. #1 albums.
Ooh.
That's a big career right there, yo. Shane's just chimed in with it. He said, "Did you know Mickey Mouse was formerly known as Steamboat Willie?"
I did. That was the first ever Disney feature.
I did. I remember that too. I remember
I
Yeah, Steve, you're right.
James.
that. Steve is right.
James, for shame that you did not get that right, mate.
I guessed it.
I thought he'd get this totally right. It was kind of a layup question for him. Now,
I'm just-
Madonna's not that old, mate.
You're going to be excommunicated when you find the answer out.
I'm like literally fuming here. I've answered Madonna and Cher, and both are wrong. I'm like, who else
Madonna,
is that old?
Janet Jackson is not the answer.
Who's the next level up?
There's nobody bigger than Madonna, babe.
Who does Cher have to report into with the gays?
Like, Cher not like the pinnacle.
No, there's a level above her.
There's a level above Cher.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
If you believe.
we'll
Is she
give him
like-
the answer at the end, Arveene. Let's go on to the next
go
one.
on.
Is she a disco goddess as well?
And you're gonna have to wait to the end of the competition, I'm afraid, Mr. O'Neill. So
I hate you, James.
next question. The famous nightclub Ushuaia is located in what part of the world? The famous nightclub Ushuaia is located in what part of the world? Ushuaia. The famous nightclub Ushuaia is located in what part of this world? This world, the world. It's a shame we're not there right now. I was meant to be there.
You get a bonus point for the regional part. Of it.
Yeah, the town.
You get a bonus point if you can organize a private jet to take me there right after the show, man. That's for sure. Nah.
Probably. I mean, you'd be quarantined, so you get to it. You should, and you're not
Be sat
allowed to
in
be
the
exercised.
airport for 2 weeks eating nothing but Burger King on a company.
Wouldn't be bad. I could think of worse things to be doing myself.
Right, Helen, let's get your answer in.
Remember there was
Burger King a big airport.
Yeah.
Remember there was the Fuck Me I'm Famous lounge, which was also the most depressing place on earth.
Yeah, the sushi was terrible.
Isn't that why David and Kathy split up? Was because of that.
It was over the lounge.
All the answers are in, Arveene.
She bought
Okay.
a load of like bars and had her own R&B night in the island, and all of them were like emptier than a nun's fanny.
Right, okay. Pipe down there now. No, there's no one's fannies now. That's like, it's a bit much now there, James.
All right. Been a while since I've been let out, guys.
I'm looking at the moon above me here now, just like wondering what's going on here. The moon is out.
Let's go, Arveene.
Next question. This is question number 9. We've got 2 questions to go. What year and city did iconic nightclub the Paradise Garage open in? Closest to the year wins. So what year and city did iconic nightclub the Paradise Garage open in? Closest to the year wins the points. Takes home the bacon. Brings home the prize. Come on. Come on. Get to it. Okay, they're really looking studious here, our three guests tonight. James looking quite perplexed in studio number 1. Brains looking weird and wonderful in studio number 2. Helen looking blurred in studio number 3.
Sorry.
So we've got.
Garage isn't really my thing. I'm more like Sheffield industrial techno bands that led to like things. So I've probably got this really wrong.
You're a Nitzarab man. You're a Nitzarab man, aren't you? Let's face
All the
it.
answers are in, Arveene.
Is it decade or year?
Year.
Oh.
Year. It's year, James. It's year, James.
Helen, you're right on both accounts, so you don't need to worry so far.
Okay,
Oh,
so next question, which is the final question, which I think James is going to love this question. What was the Spice Girls' biggest selling single? What was the Spice Girls' biggest selling single?
That was so quick.
And if you can, we'll give you a bonus point if you can say the exact quantity of sales. If you know, everywhere.
Globally, the exact quantity of sales.
Yeah,
They
globally.
sold about 40 or 50 million records, but I always wonder when somebody says 40 or 50 million records, does that take singles into the equation as well?
I don't know, James.
No, it wouldn't. 40 million records would be just the album when they're talking about it. A single or an album can go silver, platinum, or gold or platinum.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, actually. I was going to say that, but I didn't.
Can we have a bonus round on who is the least successful solo Spice Girl?
What, as in though, musically or what?
Personal life.
Yeah, like the best, like in the gym.
I mean,
The best Spice Girl in the gym.
Answer on both accounts, unfortunately. But who is the least successful Spice Girl, would you say?
Oh.
But what criteria though?
Like in terms of music career.
Well, Posh Spice had one big hit, and then it was number 2, wasn't it? Because If That Ain't Love got beat it to number 2.
Yeah.
And then she was going to do a record with Jermaine Dupri, and it got shelved.
And do you know a fun fact on that? So she was doing an R&B album with Damon Dash.
Damon Dash, that was who it wasn't Jermaine.
Dance pop album.
I'm off.
Arveene, you're missing out.
I'm missing out there. So
Pop album at the same time, and she released a 2-single bundle, and it was Let Your Head Go, which is like a gay pop banger, and this awful one called, I don't know, Keep Your Eyes on Me or something like that. And basically the single tanked, and she sank her record label, and Mystique were signed
Okay.
at the same time, and we're in like the States touring with Scandalous, and basically
okay, James.
yeah. Come on, Arveene, let's get to the answers.
James.
What was he saying to Telstar or something?
So all the answers are in there, Arveene.
had to make their own way home.
Okay, all the answers are in. So now we're going to have a little run through the questions. I'm going to try and answer them because Owen only gives me the questions. He doesn't
Is
give me
that
the
the whole
answers.
thing?
That's the whole thing. We completed the 10 rounds. So we'll start off with the first question. Who had more Billboard number ones, Aretha Franklin or Mariah Carey? I'm going to say Mariah Carey.
Yeah, Mariah Carey's had 19 number ones against Aretha Franklin's 2 number ones. So Mariah Carey's had 19 number ones, 28 top 10s from a total of 48 songs, whereas Aretha Franklin's has 2 number ones, 17 top 10s from a total of 73 songs.
Okay, cool. And question number 2, Relight My Fire was a smash hit. Take That song. Can anyone name the artist who wrote and released the song for an extra point of the decade? So it's Dan Hartman, and I think this is late 70s.
Yeah, you would be correct. It is Dan Hartman from the 1970s. So we had half a point each for all the guys across here. Nobody got the exact name, but they all got the decade.
Okay, Le Monaco was a famous club from which decade? I have no idea what the answer to this question is, but I'm going to say the 1920s because Monaco sounds a bit Art Deco. Yeah, city, I'm going to say Paris.
Yeah, you'd be right in Paris, and it's the 1930s. Now, Helen Steel got the correct answer for both here, so she must have read about the same stories that I have. It was a famous lesbian clubs where the members wore a monocle to signify their membership. And yeah, it was one of the most renowned nightclubs in Paris cabaret history.
Well done, Helen. That's fucking out of the bag there. Out of the bag. Right, next question. What decade was the globally famous Festival, the Love Parade, started in, and what was the city for the bonus point? It's Berlin, and it is late 80s. I think it's 1989 Love Parade kicked off in.
Yeah, you're bang on the money. 1989 in Berlin. So again, Steve and James got a half a point for getting the right area, but nobody got the right year.
Yeah, I thought it was 1990, bugger.
Yeah, I thought it was the 90s. Well.
You would have, if you arrived there in 1990, you would have been just a blow in from, you know. Right, next question. Meeting Mr. Right, the man of my dreams, the one who shows me true love, or at least it seems, are famous lyrics to which smash hit song? It's C.C. Peniston, finally.
Yeah, you got the right answer here. So Helen's answer of calling Mr. Vane by Donald Trump was incorrect. But both James and Steve both got the correct answer here on both fronts, artist and name of song.
Bang on,
Well,
absolutely
Mr.
bang
Vane
on.
is a tune.
Call him Mr. Ray.
Mr. Vane,
Okay.
absolute tuna chicken roll.
Who's in Mr. Vane? Culture Beat? No.
Culture
Yeah.
Beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the MK sound going on Culture Beat back in the day. So there's a lot of people still talking about Emma Bunton, and they want to get back to James's story. So we're gonna have to get back to that at the end.
Thank you.
Well, Arveene just left on Emma Bunton.
I'm so riveting that Arveene has just left the room.
Yeah, he's been expelled by the Spice Girls fan group.
And I just disappeared there for a second. You think you might have lost me for a second there? Would you believe? Would you believe? Hello, can you hear me? I'm coming in loud. So, so the next question was.
Arveene, you're muted.
I'm muted, am I?
No, he's sounding perfect.
I'm sounding
Oh, is
perfect.
he? I can't hear him.
Perfect. That's okay. You don't need to hear me. You don't need to hear me. So who?
That's so weird. I can't hear him.
Who has won more Grammys, Kanye West or Taylor Swift?
I can hear you. Yeah, loud and clear.
Who's won more Grammys, Kanye West or Taylor Swift?
He's
I'm going to
probably
say
slagging me off. Is he the geek?
Kanye West.
He is.
Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll call out the questions because you can't hear him, James.
Right.
I'll call out the questions because you can't hear him, right? So the last one was, who's won more Grammys, Kanye West or Taylor Swift? Kanye West has won 21 Grammys and been nominated 69 times. Taylor Swift has won 10 Grammys and only been nominated 35 times. So a big, huge gulf in the question there. And yeah, Helen with the right answer there. So the next one then that you're going to be tarnished with, James, was only one female artist has had a #1 album in each of the last 6 decades. Who is she? And the answer is Barbara Streisand.
Oh, Barbara.
Jesus, James. Jesus Christ. So
Barbara.
there you go. So the famous nightclub Ushuaia is located in what part of the world? Again, Ibiza. This is pretty much a layup. Everybody got this one. So what year and city did iconic nightclub Paradise Garage open? Closest to the year wins. Helen gets both points here. James gets a half a point for New York.
Go on, Helen.
Then the last one was, what was the Spice Girls' biggest selling single? And it was Wannabe with 1.71 million combined sales. And it was the breakthrough song for the artist.
Who was the least successful Spice Girl?
So yeah, basically.
Mel B, obviously, God bless her.
Yeah.
No.
She's a car crash.
No, she had 2 big ones. She had the Missy Elliott song, I Want You Back. I think I Want You Back. And then the other one, she did a cover of Cameo's Word Up.
That wasn't a success. That went in at number 17 in the charts. Was back in those days.
But globally, I reckon that outsold Posh.
No, Victoria Beckham is fourth because Victoria had like Not Such an Innocent Girl. She had like a whole album.
Oh yeah.
Followed by I think Emma is third, and Mel C I think is second, and Jerry is number 1 because Jerry had like mega success at the start.
What did Mel C have that was number 1 still?
Never came again. You.
Oh yeah, and but the Bryan Adams song, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah.
which was like one of the biggest songs that year.
So, gents,
It's not the biggest song.
just a time out there on the Spice Girls chat. We need to announce the winner at our 40th minute in our 30-minute show. So you're all good. So the winner's Steve with 9 points.
Whoa!
Helen and James is 8. So yeah, congratulations, Steve. Can everybody hear Arveene now?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me tonight? Okay, anyway, massive shouts to Brains for winning tonight. But before we finish there, Helen, what's your plan for the rest of the weekend? Have you got anything interesting happening in Monaghan?
No, I'm working all weekend, so no.
Oh, no. Okay. Sorry about that, Helen. Well, thanks for taking part. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on tonight. And you're doing a wonderful thing with the Jack and Jill Foundation, so people can check that out. They can find you on Instagram and they can find you on Facebook and online. James, who can't hear me and who's probably upside down, where for me anyway, from my point of view. James, you're great, man.
You do have a gag reflex. Arveen's lying, isn't he?
It's a very weak gag reflex.
And he just told us the funny thing that you do with your feet is.
What's the funny thing I do with my feet?
Helen will tell you. I can't.
Lie. Do I look like my own toenails?
Okay.
Okay, brilliant. Anyway, listen, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. We're going to be back on Monday with the first knockout round of Decades of Dance. Shouts to Mr. Brains, James O'Neill, the feet biter. He's been eating the feet off himself for the last couple of months. His husband told me he likes to eat meat. Anyway, Helen, thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back on Monday for more Decades of Dance. You guys can hang around a bit and we'll tease James some more. Good night, guys.
Irish Media Network. We entertain.